who you should trade for on the cheap, who you should sell high. You know the drill. You know the drill. First, you need to punch the thumbs up on your way in the door. Wipe thy feet when you come in the show. On the screen, kind of in a rough order. I can move them around. Don't be surprised if we move these around on the live together, because I'm not 100% sold. I want to talk this through with you. Let's do some group think and figure out which of these players need to be number one, number two on your waiver wire. I feel like this is how I initially wanted to throw it out to you, but as I look at it, you know, I could move it around. Like, I think Joshua Kelly feels like he's worthy of being the top guy. I also feel like Malcolm Brown right now feels like the most probable productive player of this group. Nyheim Hines, probably the best PPR guy, so it kind of depends on your format. I myself feel like Nyheim Hines is probably, and I like Jonathan Taylor, so it makes it hard for me to be like, Hines is the guy to grab no matter what. But I think Nyheim Hines, whether you like Taylor or not, is going to be involved, because what we know from Philip the Man Rivers is that he laser locks onto a running back and throws to that running back like crazy. A Melvin Gordon and Nyheim Hines situation can coexist. They can coexist. Both these guys, like Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler, both were able to be very productive with the Chargers last year. I think we could see that with Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor. Mack is out for the year with a torn Achilles tendon, so that means that Jonathan Taylor will be leaned upon heavily in the coming weeks, but Hines won't go away. But I do predict Hines might move over and be more of a receiver and have a more of a receiving role. What's up, Damon? Money Balls Clayton dropping it. Joshua Kelly flex worthy? Yes, he is. In non-PPR, yeah, he's TD capable. Benny Snell worth an early waiver wire grab. Definitely got him on my list here. I can move Snell from 4 to 2. Like, that's why we're here. We're going to talk it out. We're going to talk it out and do it live. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. I know. A lot of you are going to only gripe on the things that didn't land so far. We had a lot of stuff go well for the show community. I know AJ Brown didn't do as well as you wanted. A lot of people are going to say, are you worried about AJ Brown, AJ Brown, AJ Brown? But let me tell you something. AJ Brown almost caught that touchdown pass. You could blame it on him if you want. It was a tough catch. It was completely over the shoulder and head, and it was an awkward angle, not thrown perfectly. And, you could, I was on the edge of my seat on that toss. I'm like, please, come on, get it. I don't want to go on YouTube and have everybody just completely be unforgiving with AJ Brown and the fact that he couldn't pull in a touchdown and have a very big game in week one. But there are a lot of players that didn't do well in week one. Let's not get all upset. Let's not knee-jerk react here. Mike Thomas got hurt. Players like Eckler did bad. AJ Brown didn't have the game we would have hoped for, but he's fine. There's nothing's wrong with AJ Brown. It was a weird game. It was an awkward game. The flow of game sucked. It diminished all the players except for Derrick Henry and Fant. And I think it's odd that everybody assumes that this is the way it will be every single game for the Titans. You don't think they're going to figure it out. You don't think they're going to go to AJ Brown more often. AJ Brown was one of the most, if not the most efficient wide receiver in the league last year, 20 plus yards per catch. Do you think that he's not going, he had a PI there at the end. I think it was like right around the 4 minute mark where, he could have had a big catch to add to that total. He also should have had that touchdown catch. Like, I don't think it was all his fault. I think it was a combination of things. But if he had that touchdown catch, we'd be talking about a very different thing. This is like, I don't know. It's almost frustrating because a lot of you are going to get really, really upset at AJ Brown, and you're going to think that AJ Brown sucks and that you don't want him. You made a mistake. This is too early to think like that, people. This is a COVID offseason where everybody's not had the amount of time they've needed to adapt to their offense, all the changes, the rookies. Like, even if a guy's a veteran on the team, a lot of change going on within the organization and on the team, and practice isn't enough. They needed preseason games. They're always used to having preseason games. A.J. Brown will be fine. He will eat. JP, thank you. Get Jerry Jeudy. He's a ticking time bomb about to explode. I believe that Jeudy will be very, very good. They were talking him up during the game. Like, this guy's route running is crisp route running. He could teach lessons on how to route run as a rookie. I really like what I saw to Jerry Jeudy, even though the stat line wasn't like gigantic. You got to take little things from a game like this and say, what are the positives? What are the negatives? Let's talk about the negatives for A.J. Brown. The offense didn't look amazing. They kind of like hung in there and won the game. Darius Slayton, yeah, we talked about him all the time here on the show. So yeah, that happened. Calvin Ridley, top 7, definitely could be Elijah. He's so freaking good. A.J. Brown didn't get used as much as we wanted in the first half. Lowest scoring game. You can only blame so much on A.J. Brown when it's a 7-7 game, like the whole first half, and there's no production going on. Like, you could only blame a wide receiver so much. And A.J. Brown is going to get fed more in the coming weeks. They're going to look at why this game they couldn't pull away. They should have pulled away. This, obviously the missed field goals didn't help, but you can't rely on your kicker, especially if your kicker is missing field goals early on, and you just keep throwing the game away because you're running the ball, you're being too conservative. They need to throw to A.J. Brown and get him down the field often. Also, I think it was 4-minute mark in the game where A.J. Brown was actually knifing down the field completely wide open and would have had like I think it was a 60 or 70 yard or more touchdown. He had his hand raised. It was at that point where they were trying to squeeze themselves out of that goal line pinch. And A.J. Brown literally threw his arm up and was running downfield completely wide open. It would have been a touchdown. And that didn't happen. So we could nitpick all we want on A.J. Brown. Or you could say Tannehill is never going to give him the ball properly. Like, that could be your argument. But stop saying A.J. Brown's bad when he literally almost had a 70-yard touchdown at that 4-minute mark. Then what would we be saying? Oh, 100, whatever yards for A.J. Brown if you add that 70-yard catch or 60-yard bomb, whatever it was. If you added that to his total, everybody would be screaming for joy. So let's look at that one thing that could have changed the whole trajectory of all this and realize that it could have gone either way right there. So calm down. A.J. Green's going to be fine. Smitty, does Tyrod Taylor throwing to Eckler scare you? It's probably, okay, so let me put it this way. Out of the few, there are not a lot of things that didn't go well for a lot of the bigger predictions. I mean, you could say Tom Brady and the Bucs didn't do as good as we wanted. Tom Brady had 3 touchdowns. He did good. He did okay. He did fine. They didn't look great, but they'll be okay. I'm not worried about Evans at all. Evans had 2 big plays called back, what would have accounted for like 75 or 80 yards. So Evans would have been looking at over 80 yards and a touchdown had those 2 plays not been complete pass interference. Like, let's not let A.J. Brown catch the ball. Let's hold his arms down. It was blatant pass interference. 2 PI penalties on those 2 plays, and Mike Evans was on his way to an 80-yard game and a touchdown. You got to look at all the details. Like, I'm not worried about Evans. I'm not worried about Tom Brady. If I had to tell you there were 1 or 2 players that I am worried about, Eckler would be in that group. I'm a little bit worried. I'm not extremely worried. I'm buying low, in fact, where I can. I'm buying low, not buying at the drafted value because people are freaking out. I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to say, hold my beer. I'm going to take a Austin Eckler for you, and we'll see what he does in week 1. But you got to ask yourself, why is everybody so quick to pull the plug after 1 week with a crazy offseason? I don't know. Will you trade me Rodgers for Brady in the screw-up league? I don't know now, man. I love it. I loved A-Rod. A-Rod's fantastic, bro. I screamed it. 36 years old, you're writing this guy off, people. What are you doing? What are you thinking? I don't know. Send me a creative offer. I don't want to do a 1-for-1. I hate doing 1-for-1s. I hate doing, let's trade the exact same number. Hamburger, impress me. Give me something crazy. I like Judy. Judy looked good. Judy looked real good. AJ Brown hurts me tonight. He will be in my starting lineup next week, but I believe. Yeah, you can't overreact over 1 week where he literally one or two things gone different. One or two things, were to change, and he would have had a monster game. He would have had a 70, I think it was about 70 yards or more. A 70-yard touchdown pass if Tannehill just would have looked to his right. That's it. We'd be talking about something entirely different. We'd be talking about how amazing he is and that he didn't do well in the beginning of the game, but he came through and had 100 yards and a touchdown. We'd be talking about something entirely different. A-Rod, I think A-Rod did have a touchdown or at least one touchdown that he could have had additional. Thoughts on Joshua Kelly and Malcolm Brown? So they are on the list here. This is my list right here. I don't mind arguing this with you guys. Like James Robinson, make sure he's not still on waivers. He could get dropped too, so make sure you're checking that out. You can move him from 5 to 2 or 1. I'd totally be on board with that. I don't think I'd put Robbie Anderson above the running backs because I think the running backs are more valuable. You could definitely probably trade them for bigger players than Robbie. I do like Robbie, and if the running backs are gone and you need a wide receiver, Robbie's a good grab. Adrian Peterson's a pretty good grab. He looks really good, but you got to wonder if he's got a whole year left in the tank, and will they get Swift in there? So I don't know that I believe in him for multiple weeks, but if you need a running back and these guys all go, he'll be there for you. Now, Benny Snell, we'll have to check out Connor and see what's what, but Benny Snell could go from number 4 to number 1 on the list depending on news and all that. But I think Benny Snell, because we're not sure if Connor is going to be okay. Let me pull up the news on Connor right now and just discuss James Conner, who is a very big disappointment tonight. He rushed for 6 times, 9 yards. Going out in the second quarter after the win, Coach Mike Tomlin would only say that Connor is being evaluated. So we'll see what's going on with Connor. Tough to know. I don't know that I'd trust him right now. I think it kind of sucks because he was a disappointment last year, and now he walks into week 1 also disappointing. Like I'm all about not having knee-jerk reactions, but I already got worried about his ADP climbing way too high. Like I was not on board with Connor at second-round value where a lot of people were taking him. I was out. I liked him at 4th-round value. Once he got into round 3, I was out. Once he was in round 2, I was yelling at people. Damon Moneyballs Clayton, thank you, kind sir. Waiver wire Josh Allen or roll. Waiver Josh Allen or roll with Matt Ryan. 5 TDs. I don't know. You got to have both, man. Don't leave either one on the waiver wire. You could trade them. But I think you got to go matchup based on that one. But how do you sit Ryan right now? I think you start Ryan right now. You pick up Allen if he's there. It's crazy. He must be in a small league or the rosters are really tiny. Thank you for the super chat, Damon. You demand. I think I got the other super chat. JP, thank you again. Well, Derek, get James Robinson. So what do you guys think of Hines, Malcolm Brown, Joshua Kelly, Benny Snell, James Robinson, Robbie Anderson, AP, any other names you want to throw on the list? Toss it out and I'll put it on there. Definitely a lot of other names we could throw up there. So I thought I'd kick it off with this and we start adding to it. Buy low on Eckler, absolutely. Buy low on Mike Evans, absolutely. Sell high on David Johnson. Not low, not medium, not in between. Sell high or don't sell, but you got to sell high. Let them build value. If you can't get rid of DJ at really high value, like way higher than you should be getting, then wait a week. Because I think he could do well in week 2. And I don't want to hear people coming back and saying, Smitty, you're wrong, Smitty, because DJ did good again. I know he could. It's about him being there when it matters. It's about him going the distance for you. I don't think he will. I said last week, heading into week 1, David Johnson would do well. And then you could sell high. He might do well again. Then you can sell high. I love Fant, but Fant's not a free agent in most cases, Daddy. That's why he's not on this list. Fant was a drafted tight end 1 for a lot of people. If Fant's available in your league, you need to go grab him. Run. I mean, we could put a footnote on here, but Fant shouldn't be available in your league. Hot take on Jonathan Taylor. I think Taylor is going to be by, maybe next week, but by week 5, week 6, he'll be firing on all cylinders, being a running back 2 like you wanted him to be. So I love Jonathan Taylor, and I think he's a great trade 4 guy right now. Even though his value is going up, Nyheim Hines will probably be a guy that dampens the rise of Jonathan Taylor a little bit in people's eyes. Like, they're going to think, oh, but Nyheim Hines is there. And Nyheim Hines did so good. Maybe Taylor could do okay. So you might be able to get him a little cheaper than you should, but people are going to sell high. Love Darius Slayton. That's why Odell for Darius. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Slayton at this point than Odell, bro. I don't know that I would recommend you doing that straight up, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's crazy. Benny Snell could be really good. I love Benny Snell. I think you grab him. My wide receiver core in Dynasty going into the season: Mike Thomas, Godwin, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, and Odell. Terrible week. Don't worry about it. Hang tough. Don't be trading those guys. Imagine trading away Taylor after Mac got hurt. I agree. What do you think about Austin Eckler's volume? I think Austin Eckler will be fine. You got 19 carries, bro. Got 19 carries. Where's his Couch is in here? Okay, let me find his comment. Sorry, I didn't mean to overlook it. Couch got the win against me in the league. Nice job, Couch. Way to go, buddy. You did good. You did good, pal. I don't run from anything, bro. You're clowning. Smitty. Yeah, I got the waiver wires right here. Nyheim Hines, Malcolm Brown, Josh Kelly. You tell me who you like. We'll add it in. Kittle for Eckler. Would you trade Kittle for Eckler? I don't think so, bro. I think I keep Kittle. I mean, we got to find out if his health, but I'm not gonna trade him in. Thoughts on Chris Carson rest of season? I don't know if you are gonna be able to. I'm selling him. 2 touchdowns, didn't look ultra efficient. I'm selling him. Definitely selling him. Put Cam on the list. Cam's not a free agent, JP. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Dylan, trade away Mike Williams, A-Rob, 2021 second for Fournette. No, keep A-Rob, bro. Fournette didn't do enough to warrant that kind of value. Mark Cleveland with the super, got a trade offer Edmonds for my Lazard. Yeah, take Edmonds. I like it. Malcolm Brown is definitely worth grabbing, but Akers is still going to get run. Do I trade Robbie Anderson and Alexander Madison for Odell? I mean, that's buying low on Odell, but we have no guarantees we're going to ever see Odell bounce back. I just don't know. Trade Eckler for Moss. No, hold on to Eckler. Don't trade him that low. I like Moss a lot. Find another way to get Moss. I love Moss, but I'm no way. Couch says hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I'm not going to run from that comment. I got a lot of comments in here, so I don't see everybody's, and I'm dragging and answering. So you guys know I don't care about. I admit when I lose. I'm not going to run from a loss. It was a good outing, Couch. You got me. But we'll live another day. Do you see my score in the Ballers, the NBA league? I had like 180 I had like 180 before AJ Brown. So it's good. Dropped 159 and lost the week. That sucks, bro. Joshua Kelly, Malcolm Brown, or Snell. That's tough, bro. It's cool. Yeah, Joshua Kelly, Malcolm Brown. I'm gonna go Kelly. I gotta go with my order here. I'm gonna go Hines, Malcolm Brown. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move Kelly above Malcolm Brown. I'm gonna move him above. Okay. Christian McCaffrey and Galladay. Drop Lev Bell? No, not yet. Not yet. You can get rid of him, bro. My super chat. Sorry, Damon. Let me look for it. There we go. Sorry, Damon. Goddard or Waller? Bro, come on. Goddard had a big game, but you're gonna. Waller's the guy. I'd trade Goddard for Waller in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I like Goddard, but I'd trade Goddard for Waller in a heartbeat. I traded Mostert and Higbee for Kittle. Now I have Brady, Evans, Gallup, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Josh Jacobs, Kittle, Carson, Mostert and Higbee for Kittle. I don't mind that. We just got to hope that Kittle's going to be okay. Then it'll be good. It'll be good. Dylan, Smitty, you answered my super chat wrong. Okay, let me go find it. Dylan. Sorry, Dylan. Dylan can't shoot. Trade away Mike Williams, Robinson. Oh, Jacksonville. Sorry, I thought it was A-Rob. Trade Williams. I assume that's Mike. Yeah, Mike Williams, Robinson. I don't know. I mean, James Robinson could be good or he could be droppable in a week. It's so hard to know. Because he didn't do well, but he got a lot of volume. He did okay. He got a lot of volume. I take Fournette. I take the chance that Fournette develops. I don't trust. I don't think what we saw out of Tampa Bay is anywhere close to what they're going to be. So that includes the volume that Fournette got, the efficiency Fournette got, the volume Rojo got. Rojo, I don't think will stay healthy. I think at some point Fournette's in there by default, and then he does well. Sorry I didn't answer that question properly. Fournette. I take Fournette. Smitty, what's up, man? Long time no talk. Life's been busy. Hope all is well on your NPS. This is Big Timer. Big Timer! Where you been, bro? And you changed your name. Big Timer, come back more often. Where you been? James Devlin, I see a question mark, but no question. Got offered CMC and Galladay for Derrick Henry, David Johnson, and Will Fuller. Got offered Christian McCaffrey and Galladay. You got to take McCaffrey, bro, by a mile. By a mile. McCaffrey and Galladay? People are... Go buy Galladay on the cheap. This is crazy. Yeah, Doobie Snacks misses Big Timer. Big Timer, come back early and often, bro. Don't be a stranger. JP, Mostert, a sell high. His value's high right now. I don't sell Mostert unless it's sky high, man. I really like Mostert this year. I think Mostert's going to be potentially top 12 running back material. He's such a big play guy. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. At least some people are appreciative today. I'm just kidding. Big Timer. That's an OG, says MT. Mostert's a pimp, never sell him. I agree, unless you get a lot. Saquon for Henry, come on. This is our first take a lap.
Take a lap.
Tom,
Take a lap.
take it with love, Tom. Take it with love. But Saquon Barkley is my number 1 or number 2 overall moving forward. You don't have a reaction to week 1, Tom. He's phenomenal in that one catch. He looks great. It was a game flow thing. And could that be the issue for them more than we would like? Tough schedule. Yeah, but they still looked good. Danny Dimes really developed and looked good despite at the end of the game. It didn't feel like he had a great game. He looked the part early on. I have faith in him. I like Slayton. I love how the connection developed between Slayton and Danny Dimes really early, and they continued that momentum from 2019, which was clear as day. The writing was on the wall. Slayton was going to be a beast. But Barkley will be fine. It was a tough game, tough treading, and you don't trade Saquon for Henry. No way at all. Not on my watch, bro. Not on my watch. But I do appreciate you, Tom. Jake with a super chat. And Rock out with a super chat. Rock says an offer MT and Connor for Godwin and Cup and Ravens D. MT and Connor for Godwin Cup. God. You know what's tough about this is like the MT side by a lot, based on what we think we're gonna see, but we can't be guaranteed anything with Connor. I take the guarantee in MT, and I hope that Connor ends up coming back and being relevant. But even if he isn't, I think I take the guarantee in MT. It sucks because he may not play. He may play, he may not play in week 2. We don't know yet. We don't have really any concrete word. Mostert for Connor, AA. AA, I haven't made you take a lap in a while. You need to take one just because of that.
Take a lap.
I think you deserve that lap for being a legend, first of all, AA. Taking a lap's not a bad thing on the show. But Connor had probably the worst unraveling of anybody, or he's in the top 5 of like disappointments this week. I don't know why you'd go after him. Mostert by a mile, by an absolute mile. We don't even know what's going to happen to Connor. Derek, what running back do you think I can get for Goddard? I don't know if anybody's going to have a quick urge to buy Goddard at a price that's going to be acceptable to you. You might just have to keep him and ride it out a little bit more and hope that he, does what he did in week 1 and week 2, and then maybe you'll get somebody to buy. You could always try and get, like a Hunt or something like that. I mean, I don't think you'll land it. You could try a Mostert. People keep asking me if they should trade away Mostert. So even though he had a good game, it seems like people are willing to trade him. So try for Mostert. You won't be able to get Eckler straight up, but because Eckler's so doubted right now, try and give up Goddard and a running back that's lower than Eckler for Eckler. Try and give Goddard and a running back lower than Drake for Drake. You're not going to be able to do those straight up, but maybe Goddard could help push over a trade over the edge that shouldn't get done, straight up. That's what I'd use Goddard as. I don't think you can use Goddard by himself. You have to use him as a topping of sorts on a trade. So top it off. Umberger with the super chat. Thank you, Umberger. MT for Jonathan Taylor. No. Now, if you're in a bind, Umberger, and you need to do something to get back on top, like you're playing from behind, you're worried about your team, you're 0-1, and you don't think it's going to change anytime soon, and MT maybe missing a game kills you too, you need to get trade MT for Taylor and something, like a Chark. That would be perfect. A player that McLaurin that's doubted. You can't just trade MT for Taylor straight up because you can get so much more, and you're wasting an opportunity to really make a difference if you want to trade him. Don't be come JP.
Take a lap.
Hit the thumbs up on your way in. We have 153 people in the room, and definitely not enough thumbs up to account for that. Roll call, please. Roll call. JP, take your lap. Take your lap now.
Take a lap.
Because that comment is ridiculous, JP. Cam over Mahomes. Riff with the super chat. Thank you, Riff. Flex, do I replace Keenan Allen with Dobbins? Ingram was terrible. Help Smitty. You wouldn't be crazy to, but Keenan Allen, it's week 1. Again, the ongoing theme. But JK looks good enough to where I'd be okay with that. If you want to roll the dice and you're a dice rolling man, and I think you are, Riff, I'd be okay with that. But, there's risk, know that. But I like it. I like the idea. We have an imposter amongst us. That isn't me, says Double A. Oh, okay. Sorry, Double A. Where would you rank Swift on the waiver wire order? Man, if Swift's there, I'd probably put him at like number 3. Yeah, number 3. Or even number 2. I like Swift. I'd stash him and wait. I like that. Thank you, Drew. More for AJ Green? I keep DJ Moore, bro. Not even close. Thank you for the super chat. DJ Moore, give him time. Give him time. DJ Moore got taken. This is what is, and I'm not trying to go at you, Drew, but this is what's so frustrating. Like, I don't know why it makes me frustrated instead of just like being like, oh great, let me talk about this. Like, it's frustrating. 1 week. Where did we draft DJ Moore, people? Where did we draft DJ Moore? We drafted him, ridiculous places like second round, and I screamed against that. But at least third round for most people, and we're already to the point where we're trading him away for AJ Green. We need to slow down. Could AJ Green be better? Maybe, but probably not, and nor will he stay healthy. So no. The answer is no. I'm not going to make you take a lap on that one, but definitely get more. Can you look at my team in the crossover league and give me your recommendation for trade and or waiver picks and how much fab I should spend? Absolutely, Umberger. I will look at that and after the show and send you my thoughts. No question about it, Umberger. I appreciate you super chatting like normal. Since Smitty just calls you Double A, I wondered if you just accepted it. Sorry, Double A. I thought that was the real Double A. My bad. My bad, bro. Don't forget to answer Jake's super chat. Where's Jake? Jake, I'm sorry. Jake. Where's Jake? Oh, Jake. Right there. Sorry, Jake. Jake, are you still here? Poor guy. Poor guy. Jake, there's Jake. Jake just commented. Jake, I'm sorry, man. Should you trade away McLaurin? Why? Why, Patricia? Why would you trade him away? He didn't do as well as he should have. No one's gonna give you what you what you deserve from McLaurin. Why would you trade him away? 1 week. Oh, it's frustrating. 1 week. 1 week. The AJ Brown hate, the Clyde Edwards-Helaire goal line hate. I don't know what it is that bothers me so much about the doubt that comes out of week 1. It just bothers me. Like, we got to slow down, guys. Odds Rojo ends the year better than Fournette. Not crazy odds. I'd say like 60-40 that Fournette has more fantasy points than Rojo. Or maybe Rojo keeps the job or half of it for 10 games and then Fournette does really well down the stretch, and it's hard to like equate that to or break it down. But I mean, I'd rather have Fournette. I'd rather, if I'm sitting on the player, I'll just sit on Fournette, rather than, you better not be using Rojo right now anyway. We'll call this person the Walmart Double A. How's that? No offense. Hey, Walmart, there's nothing wrong with Walmart, bro. Don't take offense to that. $2.79 super chat. I'm the real Double A. He said the D Adams. Wide receiver 1. Absolutely, D Adams. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I do like it, Big Timer. It's hard to remember your Big Timer, but I'm gonna burn it into my brain. Steven. Big Timer, I like it too in my leagues. I guess when I'm on my show, I'm frustrated by the repeated AJ Brown is a bust, question marks, and discount Double A is what MT says. We'll come up with a name for you. What do y'all mean selling high and low and stuff? Okay, Point Break, what I mean by that is that you're going to sell high on David Johnson, meaning I don't think David Johnson will sustain at the value he currently now has because you draft him in like round 3, 4, He played so well in week 1, which we knew, which we predicted, which we talked about the week going into it, for everybody that freaking forgets. And we knew he was going to play well in that game. They'd be running the ball a lot. It'd be a high-scoring affair. And now I'm saying sell high, meaning get rid of him like a stock. Think of it like a stock market, Point Break, that David Johnson went up $10 a stock, but we know his stock value won't be there at the end of the year. I feel that way. So sell high, get out of it, and then when someone else takes him, the value drops, and boom, you got yourself one of the better sell high. Same thing with buy low. Eckler, he was here after week 1. He's like here. People are running from him and giving him away. So you buy low, and then when he floats back up, you kill it. Double A, the real Double A says sell DJ stock before that bubble bursts. Judy dropped a lot. He dropped 2 passes, I think. I don't know about a lot, but 2. 2 is more than we'd like. Chark and A-Rob had down weeks. Good buy low players as well. Judy's going to be good. I agree. Is Hawkinson worth using my number 2 waiver wire spot on? If you need a tight end, you've got Ingram, and he looked bad today. I would definitely go get Hawk. I think Hawk could be the next Kittle. I like it. Drake or Eckler? I'm going with Drake right now. I like both. I'm buying low on both because Drake didn't have the best game either, but he had a good game. He had a game-clinching run at the end. So I would buy low on Drake for sure. I'm buying low on Eckler. Week 1 doesn't scare me. Jonathan Taylor in the Sexy Flexi in the Screw-Up League. Jonathan Taylor, baby. Would you trust Ingram next week? I would as my running back 3 or my flex. I would. It depends on my options, though. Clearly. If I've got, Chark or something, then no. Heck no. Got offered T.Y. Hilton and Singletary for John Brown and Goddard. T.Y. Hilton and Singletary for John Brown and Goddard. That's like one of those trades, Eric. I appreciate the super chat, by the way. That's one of those that I don't feel like makes anybody. I take Hilton and Singletary. I take the chance that Singletary becomes super relevant. Yeah, I take that side. I sell high on Goddard. I don't know that I'm going to be buying that dude at that kind of value, or holding him when he could be sold at that kind of value. One this week with Kittle, DJ Moore, and AJ Brown. Nice job, Jake. Thoughts on James Robinson? I like him a lot. I've got him on here because he's still in a lot of leagues on waiver wire. On the waiver wire, I think James Robinson could still be a really good flex, or he still has a potential to be a low end running back too, but he could also be dropped by week 4 by everybody. So know that there's risk. Know that Nyheim Hines is probably the best option. I'd rather have Nyheim Hines by a lot. Let's see here. Thoughts on James Robinson? Oh, I already got that one. Thank you again for the super chat. JP with the super, traded Slayton for AJ Brown. Good job. I love Slayton, but I'm buying that all day long. That's the definition of buying low. Who is it that asked that question? That's the definition of buying low and selling high. You sell with the same players too. Like you could buy low and sell high without even touching the low and the high together, mixing it. JP sold a player high and bought AJ Brown extremely low. I take that all day long. Nice work, JP. JP is a sleeperu.com member, exclusive member on the YouTube. If you want that, all you got to do is go to join now on the YouTube channel. 173 people in the room. Hit the thumbs up, please. Wipe your feet at the door. Roll call is required when you step into the show. It's always appreciated. It lets YouTube know to send this out to more people, and it makes us bigger, better, and be able to provide more content. If you're wondering why I'm in front of such a plain, ugly background, It's because my studio is being built. We're about 2 to 3 weeks away. It's behind this brick wall. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And you're going to get better content than you could have ever dreamed from out of the studio. So get ready. Week 1 leaders: Watkins, D, Jax, Ross, Hollywood, D-Hop, T.Y. Hilton, Dorsett, Chark, Allen, John Brown, Fitz, McLaurin. These are top 12. Don't overreact. Yeah, people are selling, and I'm buying. I love it. I love AJ Brown doubt. That's great. I'm actually gonna take advantage of that when I get off the show here. I'm gonna start sending out mad offers to everybody. What happened to the old studio? So we are expecting a little one, and I decided to build not only on for that edition, but I expanded it and created another section for the studio all in one move because I got crafty like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to squeeze out a little studio portion for me. So it's going to be amazing. It's double the size of the old one. The old one was long. It was like, 10, 11 feet long. But I built it by design back then very narrow because I do like to be able to move around, manipulate my sound and cameras and stuff. But I wanted it doubled. So I doubled the size. It's like literally a nice big little like a rectangle. It's perfect size. Got AC pumping into it. Got can lights. I got power outlets everywhere. I'm gonna have a pull-up bar in the middle of the room. I have the arcade gonna fit in there. It's gonna be fantastic. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate it. Yeah, get Taylor, man. Go sell or go buy low on Taylor, and you can still buy low on Taylor because people are worried about Hines. They're worried about Nyheim Hines. They're gonna sell Taylor lower than they should. Not dirt cheap, but lower than they should. People are weird. When they own a player like Taylor, they sometimes get really worried. Not that kind of pull, Tim. They're sometimes worried about it all falling and collapsing, like it's too good to be true. And for whatever reason, people are going to see Hines and they're going to be like, damn, I need to get rid of Jonathan Taylor. I don't feel good about this. So you can still act right now. Gurley for Diggs. I'd sell Gurley for some other wide receiver. I like Diggs, but I feel like you can do better. I feel like you're trading one risk for another. Not that I don't like Diggs, but I think he's not like secure by any means. Trade request Emmanuel Sanders for AJ Brown. Oh, AJ Brown by a lot. Hit decline unless you're the one getting AJ Brown, Derek. But that's funny. Thanks for sharing. I enjoyed that. People. I feel like walking around town and asking random people, who's better, AJ Brown or who's somebody that did well this week? That's garbage. Oh. Calvin Ridley for Jonathan Taylor. I don't know that I'd trade Calvin Ridley for that, man. I like Jonathan Taylor, but there's still a lot of moving parts there. Ridley's the man. Ridley's a wide receiver 1. I don't trade him, JP. That's not selling high. That's the complete opposite, in my opinion. Knocking crap off my desk. Corey Davis is worth picking up, but I don't know that. I like him. He could be a wide receiver 4 or 5, but don't think for a second he's the number 1. It's AJ Brown's team. And I'm not being stubborn. It's week 1. It's literally week 1. If this keeps happening for 5-6 weeks, I'm not going to even react this way. If AJ Brown has 40, 50 yards next week and no touchdowns, you're going to have everybody and their mother. Half of the world will give up on AJ Brown after 2 games. They will. It happens every year, and I'm okay with that. I'm sticking with what I feel is going to happen, not just because I'm sticking to my guns because I said it. No, AJ Brown is a talent. AJ Brown, there's a reason AJ Brown was literally in the elite of the elite last year in efficiency and in yards per catch because he's a big play monster. And all it takes is Tannehill to look to the right when AJ Brown, if I say AJ Green, I didn't mean to. When A.J. Brown's going down the field all by himself with his hand raised on what would be a 70-plus yard touchdown with 4 minutes left in the game. If Tannehill had looked right, A.J. Brown would have had over 100 yards and a touchdown, and everyone in here would have been like, He took him a while, but he did it. A.J. Brown's the best. I can't believe you nailed that, Smitty. And instead, because Tannehill looks left, we're all talking about how A.J. Brown can be had for a ham sandwich or Emmanuel Sanders or whatever. And to me, it's laughable. But I love it. It helps a lot of us win leagues because we can buy low. We can buy low. Thank you for the super chat. Drew with the super, JP with the super. Thank you, JP. JP's dropping them like candy tonight. Thank you, JP. We got 2 JPs now. Well, they're the Walmart JP. You've got dibs on the real JP. Drew dropping another. Thank you, Drew. Dropped Cohen for any of your top running back wires in standard. Cohen. I dropped Cohen for Hines even in standard. I dropped Cohen for Kelly. And I may consider dropping him for Benny Snell, but you got to wait and kind of check the news tomorrow morning before you put the claim in. But definitely I take Hines and I take Kelly over Cohen, in my opinion. What did Cohen do this week? Look it up. Cohen. Tyreek the man Cohen. 41. 7 runs for 41 yards, 5.9 a pop, 2 receptions for 6 yards. Not bad. I mean, if Montgomery sits out, Cohen will be productive, but I'm still rolling with him. I think Hines is going to be really good. Mike with the super. Thank you, Mike. If you've got a question, post it. I'll look for you. Deontay Johnson and James White for A.J. Brown. Yeah. In a heartbeat, take a lap for asking, but take one with pride. Take one patting yourself on the back as you take your victory lap in that trade. Great job, bro. Great job. Decline Michael Gallup for Cooper Kupp. You want to keep Cooper Kupp. Don't react too quickly to Kupp having a bad week 1 or a mediocre week 1. Drop Connor. Does your league not have an IR spot, says Bot? Yeah, I wouldn't drop Connor. Whoever was thinking that. Why are you so up on Hines? He doesn't get much volume. Because Phillip Rivers throws to his running back a ton, and Hines is going to take over that Eckler role. So while he won't get a ton of runs, Jonathan Taylor will get the runs. He had 7 rushes for 28 yards and a touchdown. He had 8 targets, 8 receptions, 45 yards receiving, and 1 TD. So when you say he's not getting volume, I have to ask you, 7 rushes, 8 targets, that's a lot. That's a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume. 2 touchdowns, that's a lot of volume. 8 receptions for 45 and a touchdown alone would have been good, but he's getting runs as well. So I think you should take a look at his stat line and make sure you give him another look, because he's definitely somebody worth picking up. He's no lock, and I love Jonathan Taylor. I'm not against Jonathan Taylor. I think they're both going to do well. But remember, Rivers had Eckler and Gordon both doing well. So I like both of them, especially in PPR. PPR, Nyheim Hines is a locked and loaded flex right now. Completely locked and loaded. Drop Brandon Cooks or James White and pick up Hines Brown in 0.25 PPR. $100 free agent, but I don't know, man. I mean, you're in a different spot if this is 0.25. That makes me not want to drop the whole 100 on him, but I'm crazy like that with my fab dollars. I'll drop all $100 on a guy if I think I can win a league by doing it. But with it being 0.25, I don't know that I feel that way about him. In your format, I feel like he could still be very productive, but you take away 5-6 points every week from his reception totals, and I'm not thinking he's scoring as much. So Brown, we don't know if Brown's going to remain the starter, man. So I don't know if I'm going to blow it all on that either. But if you really need a running back, I would maybe consider it, or spending a good 30, 40, $50 out of the 100 on it if you need the running back now and you think you could win if you fill that spot. But if he's going right in your bench, I don't know that Malcolm Brown will be there for you at the end of the year, starting for his team. He may not remain the starter all year. I don't feel ultra confident about Malcolm Brown remaining a starter all year long. Thanks for the question. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. That's the same one. Thank you. Thank you, Guts. I appreciate you, man. Smitty, thoughts on Noah Fant? Love him. I think Fant and Hawkinson are two tight ends that are going to really tear it up down the stretch in 2020, and they're going to find their way. Even though they both look good in week 1, they could have ups and downs. So if week 2 both of them drop, not a very, very big outing, don't get discouraged. They'll find their groove. They're both going to hit full stride by midseason. If they don't hit full stride right away, they may be in full stride, but if they're not, don't overreact. But I like Fant a lot. I love Hawkinson too. They're both going to be absolute fire. What's up, Kyle? Thoughts on Noah Fant? Half PPR fab. How much do you spend on Brown or Snell? Half PPR probably, depending on what's going on with Connor. If Snell's going to start week 2 and get a good shot, then he could maybe keep a lot of work. So he might be worth, $50 to $100, but it kind of depends on the historical trending of your waiver wire bids. So if people do drop all 200 every time a player emerges, then you got to roll with it if you really want them. But if people normally drop 20 and 40 and $50 and you don't ever see somebody going higher than that, then go with the trending. I don't know the trending in your league. You know it better than I do. What's up, Legion? Is it okay to trade Anderson for Thomas with the injury? Anderson who? You can't possibly mean Robbie Anderson for Mike Thomas, Legion. Come back with the full names, bro. I need to know which ones you're talking about. Saquon for Mostert and Ridley. I take Saquon. But that's a creative trade, but I'm not trading Saquon for those. I like Ridley and Mostert a lot, but they're not Saquon Barkley. If you had your pick, Hawk or Fant, right now I pick Hawk. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, hey man, Fant just looked great. Well, you know what? Hawk looked good too. And Legion, are you serious? You could potentially trade Robbie Anderson for Mike Thomas? Are you kidding me? Take that and run if that's at all possible, bro. But I don't see how you're getting that done. If you get that done, come back and tell us about it. If that trade's sitting there, hit the button. I don't care if they say Mike Thomas is out for 2 more weeks. You make that trade, and you make that trade now. Smash Malcolm Mack. Smash. Stash Malcolm. Gronk smash Malcolm Mack. He got Gronk smashed. Poor guy. Tore his Achilles, man. That's a tough injury. Stash Mac for next year. Please let me know. He's my, I don't know if it depends. If you could pick up like a guy like Kelly and stash him instead, or James Robinson, or, maybe Benny Snell. I don't know if Mac's going to come back on a tear. That Achilles injury is tough, man. That Achilles injury is really tough to come back. And he was already on the verge of maybe never becoming a starter again after this year. No, I'm not worried about stashing Mac, bro. Goddard is the real deal, not just saying that because week 1, been high on him coming in. Think he has a better year than Ertz. He could, bro. I like Goddard a lot. I still sell him high if the price is right and I could get another player because I don't need him. Because if you have Goddard, you probably drafted him as your backup. So it gives you flexibility for trade. And it was a great draft selection. Great call. Big timer. Smitty, I'll give you AJ Brown in the screw up league right now. Send it to me. You keep sending me horrible offers. Come get whatever you want that's reasonable. But you keep sending me these unreasonable offers. You want some big name player. You don't like AJ Brown? Trade him to me. Let me throw him on my lineup. Let me roll him out there each week. I'll do it. Hold my beer, Noah. Hey, Smitty. Swift is on the free agent. The waiver wire 10 team. Should I stash him of your top 3? Yeah, if it's a dynasty, I go get Swift. Hit the thumbs up on your way in. We got 206, 199 to 206 in the room. Please take roll as you come in the facility by hitting the thumbs up. We need to know if you were present today or absent. I'll give you CMC and AJ for Clyde and Jacobs. No, thank you. I think Clyde is right up there, and Jacobs is better than AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown, but Jacobs, there's a reason I took Jacobs at 7, 8, 9, 10 overall, and I took Clyde at number 3, 4, 5. I'm giving you the 4th overall and the 7th overall where we took them. Not to mention that Clyde probably has top 2 or 3 overall value now, and Jacobs is more like 5 or 6 overall. So I'm going to give you the 3 overall, the 6 overall for the 1 or 2 overall in McCaffrey, and a guy that you're ready to give up on in AJ Brown. I don't think so, bro. You got to bring more thunder than that if you want to get Clyde from me. Hey Smitty, which is the best player to trade for right now? I think the best player to trade for right now, probably, I think a combination of Mike Evans. I think trading for Barkley is pretty wise right now. Mike Evans, Mike Thomas, Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady. I think people will trade Brady pretty quickly right now. I think you'll get him rather quick. I think people will trade Godwin low. I think Eckler is a good buy low. Drake's a good buy low. Trade Eckler for Mixon. I don't know. I'd probably... That's a tough one. Because I'm not going to lie. Out of all the predictions I've made that have landed, not landed, whatever, the one that I feel like could be situation-based disappointment, not Eckler's value, his talent. Like, Eckler's talent is through the roof. But situationally, could the situation ruin the prediction? And could I miss on this one because of the situation? I think out of all the predictions I've made, there's only 1 or 2 that I feel kind of uncomfortable after week 1. I don't have a knee-jerk reaction, but I'm feeling like a sense of, okay, maybe this offense won't do what I think, or maybe this player won't get the opportunity that he should get. Eckler's in that category where I'm a little worried about it, but I'm also buying low. And I think Mixon I avoided like the plague at 1.09 to 2.04 value because there are safer players there. Not because he didn't have talent, but because I didn't trust the situation or him staying healthy or, everything combined. The whole package. I didn't trust Mixon at that value. I don't know that anything's changed, man. My older super chat question, James White or Alan Lazard for flex PPR. Mike, my older super chat question, James White or Alan Lazard for... I'm going to say... Sorry if I didn't answer that. I'm going to say James White. Let's see if he's healthy because he didn't get... James White, the Madcap. This is tough because he had five rushes for 22 yards. 4.4 is not bad. 3 targets, 30 yards on. Yeah, I mean, I think James White has some appeal still. I don't know that I'd call him like any kind of starting material, but I'd probably rather have him. I like Lazard, but I think I'd probably rather have James White if I had to pick. Saint, thank you for the super chat. Tyreek owner wants out. Who do I trade for him? You got to give me your team, bro. Give me your team. Umberger, I got Mahomes. You got Brady. Let's try and work out a deal. Do it, JP. Do it, Umberger. Make a deal. DJ Chark or DK Metcalf? I think DK Metcalf's looking pretty good right now. I love both. I'd probably even say they're pretty close to even. I don't care about week 1. Good or bad. I still believe what I believe between those two guys, that they're going to be potential top 12, top 14 overall wide receivers in 2020. Dak, Aaron Jones, Gurley, Thomas, Crowder, Andrews, Mostert, Slayton, Green. That's Saints team. So Saints question was this one. He said, Tyreek owner wants out. What do you trade? Okay, so Tyreek owner wants out. Well, let's cook up a deal for Saint. I'm going to say Gurley, straight up. No question about it. Like, let's deal it. Do it. Deal. Done deal. Throw in Watkins. I'd throw in Anthony Miller. I'd throw in AJ Green without question. Throw these guys in. Gurley and AJ Green. Gurley and Miller. I'd try not to give Slayton away. If he wants a player straight up, I'd give him Mostert. I wouldn't want to, but I would. I'd give him Aaron Jones straight up for Tyreek, but I'd try and go with those other routes. Try and get rid of Gurley. But you could go in any of those directions, and I'd Smitty approve that crap in a heartbeat. But try and get the most bang for your buck. Did I miss a super chat? I don't think I did. I think I'm caught up. Trade Carson for Taylor. I would get more because you can, but that's the thinking I have. If I own Carson, I'm going after Taylor and a wide receiver upgrade. Let me give you an example. You own Carson. You go to Taylor owner. You say, give me Taylor, the lesser value in his mind. And you give him Carson. Now you need an upgrade. Let's say you have Anthony Miller. And let's say he has DJ Chark, who struggled, or McLaurin. Upgrade that player, or get a throw-in. Get a Chark thrown in. And then I do that in a heartbeat. Taylor and Chark for your, DJ Moore. Taylor and Chark for your Chris Carson. That is an ideal trade to make, where you're literally getting a player, two players that could theoretically, sorry, it's late, be better all on their own than said Chris Carson. Not that Chark will, in most people's mind, be that good. I believe he could be, for sure. Chark alone could make up for this if, let's say, the second piece, Taylor, got hurt and was out for the year. Then you have a Chark versus Carson. You're still not that behind on that. Or let's say Chark gets hurt and is done for the year. Taylor versus Carson. You're not that behind on that trade. In my mind, you're going to be better off later. So if you do a trade where you're perceived to get the lower value in Taylor, but you actually are getting a guy you like better, and then on top of that you get a player you almost like better than you're getting the best of both worlds, and you're protecting yourself into almost no way you could lose that trade or lose it bad. You're very, very safe. Kevin, you're the closest analyst to how I have been thinking about this season. Thank you, Kevin. We're going to do well. We've hit a lot of things. I mean, a lot of what we've been talking about all offseason long has come true. We've had a couple things that haven't, shaped up yet after week 1, and people are freaking out. But, you hear a lot of the negative stuff, overwhelming amount of negative stuff, and a lot of the positive stuff like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DK Metcalf. We've hit on a lot of good things. Stay away from Mixon, stay away from Sanders. And there's a lot of good stuff that we've accomplished here on the Fantasy Football Show. And I'm not freaking out about anything yet. And I'm only a little bit worried about the Eckler prediction. Everything else I'm feeling pretty good about. I mean, I've missed on stuff. Like, I wasn't super high on Adam Thielen. I admit when I'm wrong. And Thielen looked really good. And I'm thinking Thielen might get, elite wide receiver 2 value, or retain wide receiver 2 value, elite wide receiver 2 value, and flirt with wide receiver 1 numbers here and there. So do I miss? Absolutely. I'm not perfect. But, I'm nailing stuff too. I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel like I did that well. But we're all going to miss, man. And if you want perfection, you're not going to find it in the fantasy industry. What I will give you is honesty and accountability. I predicted a pretty disappointing expectation. I painted a picture that if you drafted Thielen too high, you were going to be disappointed. He looks great. But, there haven't been that many misses so far. You could call A.J. Brown a miss for week 1, but don't even think about calling him a miss on the year. Come on. It's crazy talk. Mike says, I just figured out my flex. I got A.J. Brown for James White and Lazard. That's freaking highway robbery, bro. Highway robbery. Kevin, keep Amari Cooper or Lockett. I want to trade for MT. I'd rather have Cooper if you can pick. And yeah, go get MT. I give up both for MT, bro. But I'd definitely keep Cooper if you can. But I'd trade either one and probably both if you could weather through it. That's a big part of it, though. Antonio Gibson, Josh Jacobs, James Conner. I don't know what that's for, but I like your first two, and hopefully Gibson gets some run later. Don't count on Gibson yet, but I like Gibson a lot. Super chat, Smitty Jordan Roberts super chat. Okay, sorry, Jordan, I'm coming for you. Jordan, I'm coming for you. Sometimes the questions go fast. Team really laid an egg. Jonathan Taylor, a must-start running back status. Not yet. Not a running back one must, but a running back two or flex must probably. He could get there, though. Should I be worried about Evan Ingram? I mean, a little bit. There's always risk with him. He was high risk, high reward, but I don't think I'd get rid of him or anything. If you could get Goddard, I would. I like Goddard a lot. I don't like Goddard over Hawkinson, or I like Fant probably a little more than Goddard, but Goddard's right up there. I mean, he's still kind of in a sharing role, but I think they'll use him a lot. But also keep in mind, if Wentz goes out, if Wentz gets hurt, Wentz looks bad at times and then good at times, but if Wentz was to get hurt, then that changes the dynamic. We don't know where Goddard falls into the pecking order. Jalen Hurts comes in, and we'll see what happens there. But I really predict that something happens to Wentz. I just don't see him. I can't. When I close my eyes and try and envision the year, does Wentz play more than 10 games? I don't see it, and I just don't know how that affects Goddard. But Taylor should be really good. Give him time to be a running back one, but you could expect low-end running back two numbers in week 2, maybe really, really high flex numbers, but maybe really high running back two numbers too. But running back one status is probably on the way. So hang tight on that. I drafted Fan in every league in all capitals. You're excited. Broncos really need to stop taking him out. Dude, he got a lot of run, though. You can't complain too much about that. JT or Ridley, full PPR. You got to go Ridley. He's for sure right now. Can we discuss... What? Explain yourself. Hold James Conner. Sell him. Depends on what you can get for him, Scooby. I mean, do I take Hines over Conner right now? Maybe. But Conner still got value. Don't jump ship. Peyton Barber, I'm not buying into. The carries were there. The production wasn't, other than the touchdowns. But I don't know that I'm going to be rolling Peyton Barber out there as my starter in any league, in any situation. No way. So no, I'm not buying him. Drafted Hawk in a lot of dynasty leagues. Attaboy JP. JP doing business, baby. Worried about Mixon. I told everyone not to draft him, so of course I'm worried, Wesley. I didn't touch Mixon. I'm in 18. What did I say? 18 or 17 leagues. I counted them the other day, and I don't own Mixon in one, because he was going at first round value or 2.2 value. That was ridiculous value with other safer players around them. Now, granted, I told you a safer player around him was Eckler. So we're not all perfect, and I still have faith in Eckler. But I'm merely saying that if I can say Mixon's still a question mark after week 1, you have every right to come to me and say Eckler is a question mark after week 1. You have every right to make that claim. And you're right, there was some concern. No question about it. But I still firmly believe he's a good buy. Low candidate. I think you have 1 week to act. And if Eckler has 120 total yards and 2 touchdowns next week and 7 receptions, everybody and their mother will run back and jump on the train and pretend they didn't get off it. I can pretty much guarantee that. Walmart AA says, Kyler Murray runs so smooth, 100 yards so easy against a good 49ers team. He's only going to get better. I love him. Hopkins, a safety net. I agree. Walmart AA, I agree. No question, bro. Look at Drew dropping the ultimate super chat. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Props for the help last year. Standard 0-3 came away with this trophy. Early week waivers are killer. Lamar Jackson, Chubb, Aaron Jones, Eckler, Connor, McLaurin, Chark, Kittle carried me to the glory land. Cheers to the repeat. Thank you, Drew. I like that team a lot, man. Lamar. Chubb worries me. I won't lie. Eckler has a little bit of worry for me, and Connor has a lot of worry for me. So that's a tough team. I like it, but it's a tough team at the same time because a lot of risk together. I don't know if you can make any trades at all. You kind of got to wait for a lot of these guys to bounce back and explode. You can't get anything for Connor right now. Eckler, everyone's going to be scared of Eckler. And but you have Aaron Jones and Nick Chubb. You can do some damage, man. And Lamar, don't trade Lamar. Don't trade Lamar. I like it. It's a good team. It's a really good team. I mean, Chubb, Aaron Jones, Eckler, Connor, you're going to have running back production. You just need to wait a little bit. Thoughts on Singletary? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the monster super chat, I might add. Drew's the man. Add Gaskin over Edmonds. No, add Edmonds, bro. Edmonds is good. He's like a super handcuff. Mostert, Evans for Carson, John Brown. Bro, I take Mostert and Evans in a heartbeat. Oh my God. I'd take Evans over Carson and John Brown, probably. Let alone throwing in Mostert. You kill that trade. Mostert and Evans for Carson and John Brown. I take Mostert and Evans all day long. If you own those, do not make that trade. Jordan with the super chat. Thank you, Jordan. I got 2 defenses on my roster. I need to drop one, Buffalo and San Fran. Deontay Johnson is also a possibility. Looking at getting Robbie Anderson and Goddard. Goddard. Sorry. People say it differently. Goddard. Goddard is probably... I don't know if you're asking me to tell you to drop 2 to get both, but if I had to rank them, I'd probably say... Yeah, the chat's going fast. I'm sorry if I'm missing any comments. I'll try and do a speed round at the end, where I'm going to answer as fast as I can. So get ready for the speed round. I pretty much can get to everybody, especially if I miss. You can kind of don't spam it, but you can repeat like as I get down a ways and probably get me to answer your question. The speed round is going to be good. Evans does not suck. Jenkins, he had 2 plays where there were like 80 total yards he would have had in PI, pass interference plays. So he looked fine. He was struggling with a hammy, and he's still out there doing some damage, man. He got a touchdown. He looked good. Don't be too hard on Evans. Jones from Detroit or Corey Davis. Probably Marvin Jones, even though Corey had a big game. Okay, back to Jordan. Sorry. I need to drop Buffalo or San Fran. Who are they playing in the next couple of weeks? Let's pull that up. Let's get the schedule up for you, Jordan. In week 2, San Fran plays the Jets. For week 2 alone, I don't even have to go further. I mean, the Dolphins. The Bills play the Dolphins. What to do here? What to do? Let's look at week 3. Damn. That's tough, man. That's tough. 49ers play the Giants. That could be some turnovers there. And the Bills play at home against the Rams. And then week 4, let's look at week 4. Week 4, we have the 49ers against the Eagles and the Bills against the Raiders. I go with San Fran if I have to pick. If you don't mind me asking, in your scoring format, Jordan, how did the Niners score in your specific format, and how did the Bills score? Tell me that real quick. I'll look for your reply. So that will help guide me into the final answer. Thank you for the super chat, Mike. Any very deep league running back adds? Gaskin, Perrine, those are very, very deep. I'm sure Adrian Peterson is not in that category. I don't know how to go deeper than that. I mean, Gaskin, I guess. Perrine, no. Taysom Hill, I don't know if he's able to line up as tight end and quarterback for you in your format. You might want to check his eligibility, but he's a pretty darn good grab. You need rest, says Kingo. Why? Why do I need rest? Do I look tired? I love when tell me it's been a long night, Smitty. I love when people tell me I need to go to bed. People tell me to get off my own show more than you probably realize. Go to bed, Smitty. Basically telling everybody the party's over. If I had my megaphone right now, I'd turn it on and I go, "Excuse me, Smitty is going to bed. Everybody needs to leave. Everybody please exit the premises." I know, Kango. Appreciate it. Did I mess up my draft? Barkley, Godwin, Mahomes, Keenan Allen, Metcalf, Ingram, Hurt. No, that's a great team. Relax, bro. Trade Carson for A.J. Brown. You need more. You can get way more. I love A.J. Brown. Like, I believe that ultimately he will be worth more than Carson, but you need to look to get more. You can get more. MT dropping the 20 spot, bro. You need to stay up all night. MT knows what's good for me. MT's not telling me to go to bed. MT wants me to pass out. That's what friends do. Thank you, MT. Plus, MT just gave me my copay. If I got to go to the hospital, between Jordan and MT, I'm good. I'm covered. Thanks for the extra content always, Smitty. Thank you, Kango. You can sleep week 19. That's what I'm talking. That's when I'm most active, though. That's the funny part. That's when I'm amped up, most passionate. I'm ready to roll. Get more for A.J. Brown. Where's Jordan? 4 points, San Francisco, and 10 for Buffalo. What do you guys think? Jordan should keep San Fran, who plays the Jets next week in week 2, or go with Buffalo, who plays Miami, but he's got to worry about who he's going to keep long-term, too, with that move, because, Buffalo could get scooped up. I think San Fran's my pick, but I want to know what you guys think. If you could drop in the chat for Jordan, help a brother out. Thank you, MT, again, for the super chat, my man. Cameron says, Bills Mafia. Keep San Fran. San Fran. Keep San Fran. Keep San Fran. Give San Fran a chance, man. Buffalo. Logan says Buffalo. Dynasty PPR. Trade Hill for Cam and Mostert. No, keep Hill. I mean, it depends on your quarterback situation, but I'm guessing that Cam is not your starter. Definitely keep Hill. Josh Norman coming back. Kango says Logan. San Fran long term. Buffalo says JP. San Fran. Should I trade Galladay for David Johnson, Mostert, and thoughts on Eckler? Should I trade Galladay for David Johnson and Mostert? That's a pretty. I mean, I don't. Honestly, man, I like Mostert so much, and I think David Johnson could get me so much. Should I trade Galladay for David Johnson? I like Mostert so much, I feel like I could get another Galladay for David Johnson. So I think that the crafty part of me would want to do this move only because I could turn David Johnson into more. But if I didn't have that guarantee, if I was in a league where people don't trade often and I knew I probably wouldn't be able to trade David Johnson away even if I got him, then I'd probably hang with Galladay. But if I can make maneuvers, I would probably take Mostert and go get another Galladay. But I like Galladay a lot more than both David Johnson and Mostert individually. So you'll kind of have to make a determination for yourself if you think you can pull off a turn, like you can turn and trade away, DJ on the high. JP, thank you for the super chat. Young man, Cardinals this week in Survivor. Let's go to Survivor. Let's do a little Survivor. Week 2. I Miss Smitty and I do a Survivor together. It's a bonding experience. Drew with the super chat. Thank you, Drew. Damon with the super chat. Thank you, Damon. Drew's dropping loads tonight, bro. Damon too. Damon Money Balls Clayton. Miss Smitty and I missed it was my fault. I missed entering in my Survivor pick. And she doesn't like doing the fantasy, but she loves doing the pick'em, and she's really good at pick'em. She could probably take a lot of you at pick'em. Maybe I'll have a Miss Smitty pick'em segment because she's really good at it, and her logic's good. Even though she might occasionally be like, "Well, the uniforms are cool," she's still good. She still nails it. Austin with the super, man. I can't keep up. My story. Let me, if I can see ahead of my super chat. I missed the deadline. It's a dumb deadline, to be honest. It was like really early, but I missed the deadline Friday, turning in my pick for the Sunday games. And so I only had the Monday night games to pick from. I went with the Steelers. They won. I'm moving on, so I'm excited about that. But I'm taking week 2 seriously, and I'm locking it in early. I might lock it in tomorrow. Let me share my screen here. Okay. Let me answer these super chats, then we'll go into the pick'em because I can't see the screen. Thoughts on my team after week 1 from Damon, Ryan, Clyde, Aaron Jones, Adams, A-Rob, Galladay, Flex hopefully this week, Waller, Kelly. I love it. That's a great team. I don't even know that I sell any of those guys. Aaron Jones I sell if his value increases, but I don't know if it will. A-Rob maybe if his value increases, but don't trade Galladay low. I love that team, and thank you for the super chat. Drew says, Smitty, that was my 2019 champ team. Oh, just giving you your dues. Thank you. That was a great team, and no wonder you won your championship, bro. That was a fantastic team. Aaron Jones, top 7 bull prediction, baby, because he was fit. He was on point with his nutrition. We knew he was coming in ripped and ready to go. That was going to keep him healthy. This year, I'm worried about him getting hurt. 2020 team is Josh Allen, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mixon, Connor. Mixon and Connor, I was a little bit like stay away from at certain value ranges, but other than that, Dobbins, Lat Murray, Kittle, A.J. Brown, McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, A.J. Green, Slayton. You have number 2 waiver wire. Yeah, I like that team, bro. 220 of you in the room. Hit that thumbs up and take a roll when you are in the facility. Nice job, Drew, and more importantly, thank you for supporting the show. You're quickly becoming one of the top super chatters, bro. Keep it up. I'm going to do a super chat wall in the new studio where I'm going to write your name and put you on the wall. Not just if it's a dollar amount, like if you have the most, but like if you're just you feel like you're just a super, super follower, super subscriber, like you're just like dedicated and you're helping the show grow, and that could be through super chats, and you definitely like Umberger's locked in there. I'll probably need a lot of people to remind me who I need to throw up there, but I'll be putting people up there. So appreciate you, man. Should I trade Chubb and James Robinson for Tyreek Hill and Sanders? Yeah, in a heartbeat. God. Chubb and James Robinson for Hill and Sanders, bro. I'd probably do that straight up for Hill. I'd give up Chubb and James Robinson for Hill straight up. And you're telling me you're going to get Miles Sanders, who I don't love, but that's a running back, a high-end running back 2 to me, and a low-end running back 1 to a lot of other people. I would turn Sanders into more. I'd take that trade in a heartbeat. Or should I not trade him? Chubb, yeah, I'd trade him. I also have Cook, Taylor, Dobbins. Dude, you're loaded. You could then turn Sanders into Mike Thomas, who's hurt, or Evans and someone or whatever, dude. But go turn Sanders into Moore because you're into not DJ Moore. Turn Sanders into another player, a wide receiver. But and I wipe my feet, says Austin. Austin, thank you for the super chat. JP Cardinals. Okay, I got your question over here. I'm gonna answer you, JP. Let me put you over here. And Eddie with the super chat. Eddie, who should I target in my waiver wire? Running backs are Henry, Clyde, Sanders. Wide receivers are DJ Moore, AJ Brown. Snell, Hines, Malcolm Brown, Lazard are on there. I don't know if you said PPR. Hines. I take Hines, man. I like DJ. I like AJ Brown. I think it's Hollywood Brown and AJ Brown, I believe is what you're writing here. So DJ I don't know if it's DJ Chark or DJ Moore. Either way, you're good at wide receiver. I probably take that running back in Hines and try and turn him into something more because he could gain more and more value. But thank you for the super chat. Doobie. I saw Doobie when I was reading this. Dobbins or JT, but I love both, man. Jonathan Taylor and Hines for Chubb and Hunt rest of season. That's a good one. Honestly, that could be closer than people think on Burger. Okay, let's take a look at the Survivor stuff. So right here, this is week 2 matchups. I'm going to say that Browns-Bengals, that's garbage. That sucks for a Thursday night game. Probably going to be not that eventful. But maybe the Browns run the ball and have like a huge game on the ground. I can see the Browns. I can see Chubb having 110 yards and a touchdown. Hunt having 80 yards and a touchdown. And the Bengals unable to move the football. Tough to say. But that could be a good game, a lopsided. It'd have to be lopsided in favor of, I think, the Browns for it to be a really good game. Or lopsided in favor of the Bengals and Mixon having a big game. Burrow, I guess, could be a part of that too. But I think it'll either be a really bad game and low scoring, or it'll be lopsided and good for one group of players on one team. Jacksonville, Tennessee, no way I'm touching that in a survivor pool. No way am I touching the Bengals and Browns. Not touching the Jags and Tennessee. That could go either way. Carolina, Tampa Bay, you might be like, Carolina. I'm not scared about Tom Brady. He's at home with his home crowd. He's got his home paper cutout crowd cheering for him. You don't think that helps? You don't think that motivates Tom Brady, Thomas Brady, when he's at home seeing his own cutout, friends and family all over? He's going to do well. He's going to bounce back. Denver, Pittsburgh, I'm not touching that with my survivor pick. Philly and the Rams, no way I'm touching that with my survivor pick. That could go either way. San Fran over the Jets feels about as much of a lock as Mark super chatting right now, who just super chatted. How does my team look? QB Josh Allen, wide receivers Juju, DK, Ridley, Chark. Oh, I love those receivers, man. Debo, running back Kamara, Jacobs, Drake, Hunt, Fant. I don't even know what you could do, man. I don't care how you scored. You look like you could have done well. The only player I even considered trading is, you know what? Nobody. I'd keep that team, bro. You're balanced. You got it. You got a lot of good firepower. Amazing team, Mark. It's phenomenal. So San Fran's a lock at this point. I'm going to keep going, though. Buffalo at Miami's a lock. So there are your two, like, you're picking one of those teams unless you don't want to use one of them. Personally, the way I feel about Survivor is don't get cute and try and save teams too long because you might not even be in it to take advantage of that. So you got to take your wins when you can get them. And I think either San Fran or Buffalo look like a lock here. Minnesota at Indianapolis, that's good. That's probably tougher than it looks. I think either team could win that game. Lions, Green Bay, I'm not going near that game. Falcons, Cowboys, I don't care if the Cowboys got beat in week 1 and people are all thinking they're going to struggle all year and not get in a rhythm. Like they looked, I saw enough good that I know they're going to kind of pull out of this. And I know Atlanta looks really good, but either team could win that game. Giants at the Bears, I'm not touching that game. Washington football team and the Cardinals, I think that's probably the second or third lock if I had to list one. Kansas City's a lock, but I'm saving them. I'm saving KC. I'm not using KC right now. Not with all these other good options on the board. I'm saving my KC pick, but I think that's probably close to a lock. Texans and Ravens, that could be a good game. New England and Seattle, that's going to be a really good game. And the Saints over the Raiders. Don't be shocked that the Raiders make this a really close game and they run the ball so well with Josh Jacobs at the command of the running game in that running back room. I think that's a game I wouldn't touch with my survivor pick. So there you have it, JP. I hope that's helpful. I saved KC. I think Miss Smitty would approve. And I think it's between Buffalo and San Fran for the survivor pick this week, in my opinion. Official, thank you for the super chat. Smitty, rate Who would you sell? Russell Wilson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Gurley, JT, Monty, Madison. 210 people in the room. Hit the thumbs up. Wipe your feet. Take a roll. Roll call. Let me know if you're present with the thumbs up. Russell Wilson, Clyde, Gurley. I sell Gurley. I hold JT because he's only going to go up in value. Monty, if you can get rid of him for a lot, I would trade him, but I don't think you can. Julio, Evans, Chark. You got to wait on Chark. You got to wait on Evans. You can't sell them at all. You won't get enough. You could trade Julio if you wanted, but he's playing great. You know, you don't need to. For what? To get another Julio? I like him enough. I like Ridley almost a little more. I know a lot of people won't like to hear that, but Ridley's phenomenal. Ridley's the TD guy. He had 2 TDs. Julio had none, and that's not that unusual. I like them both. I'm not ripping on Julio. Julio's got 1 good year left before I start to really worry, and I kind of avoid him. But Julio's, money. I trade Gurley. I try and trade Gurley and Monty, or Gurley and Lazard, and try and just get one player that you like better than Gurley, that's safer than Gurley. You could go after, I would say Mike Evans or Chark because they both had mediocre weeks, but you already got them. I would say Eckler, Gurley and Lazard for Eckler. I'd try that. Maybe Madison and Gurley for Eckler. You might get somebody to bite on Madison. Those would be my calls there. All right, speed round, and then we're out of here. So I'll go through a song, and if someone super chats, I'll start the song over. You guys know the drill. So here's the outro music. Post your question in the chat. I'm going to go as fast as I can, so make sure your question is short. If it's like longer than a sentence, then I'm probably going to skip over it because I don't want to kill this time on one question. They got to be short. They got to be fast. Speed round. This is speed round. Let's roll. Devonta Freeman worth a stash? Not right now. Keep an eye on him. QB's a target, waiver wire, Goff, Cousins, Bridgewater, lock. I take lock. Lock from that group. Definitely lock. Sell Chubb? Yeah, definitely sell Chubb, but only high. Don't sell him low. And if you're going to get like an Eckler, you could do a straight, risky swap, and I feel better about that. When does he do live shows these days? Big timer all the time. I've been doing them like almost daily now. Sell high and Juju. Depends what you can get. I think he could continue to do well. So I don't know if I would sell him. I think he could continue to do well. I never say thanks twice. Stash Lindsey on IR. Spots open. Yeah, why not? If you can do that, I'd do it. Should I trade Mike Evans and Tony Pollard for David Johnson and Chris Carson? Mike Evans and Tony Pollard for David Johnson and Chris Carson. I might do that because I think you could then turn David Johnson or Carson into more. I don't like either running back, though. I like Mike Evans more. But if you know you can trade in this league, it might be good. Speed round, not spam round. Trade Fuller and... I was just repeating what FT said. Trade Fuller and A-Rob for Tyreek Hill. Yes, in a heartbeat. LOL MT. Trade Keenan Allen and Evan Ingram for Hollywood Brown and PPR. I probably would. I like Hollywood Brown that much. Godwin, Andrews, Hunt for Barkley. Godwin, Andrews, Hunt for Barkley. That's a tough one. I don't know how to answer that one that quickly. I'm thinking about it. Okay, we're going to hit the music two more times, and then it will end the show unless somebody super chats, then I start it over. Godwin and Andrews, Hunt for Barkley. I think it... COVID. COVID. That's not good. Godwin, Andrews. I don't even know what I'm choking on. Dust from the construction. Hold on, I gotta stop the music. I can't cheat you on your time. There's a lot of dust all over from this construction. There was a tarp up. The tarp came down the other day, and there's dust everywhere. They did not keep it tidy. I will say that. Every time I walk in there, I'm coughing. Godwin, Andrews for Hunt. I'd probably take Barkley. But it kind of depends on your depth. Smitty, buy more Chark and Brown on the cheap when you can. Absolutely, I buy all of them. Sell Dobbins. I don't know. I kind of like him, Drew. Depends on what you can get, but I think Dobbins is on the up. So if you sell him high, are you really selling him high? Because I think his value increases. You might want to wait and let him go. COVID, maybe can go. If it is, that's good for you because I'm probably just going to sit here in front of the computer. Buy Gallup, maybe I won't feel well though. Buy Gallup and Godwin. Yeah, I buy him. Choking on tiredness, maybe. Could Benny Snell overtake Connor? He could. COVID or COVID? COVID. 2 or 3 dinos with Sutton and Mike Thomas. Fubar, no, Mike Thomas is fine. Hang out. Drop Bark. Hang on to, let me put this on the screen. Hang on to or drop Baker and Henderson. You could drop both, but depends if you could get 2 of the guys that are right here. Let me go back to full screen. What am I doing? To these guys right here. I mean, I'd rather have, guys at the top of that list. Super chat from Scott, keeping the show going. Won my Bears bet, so here's some of it, Smitty. Hit that outro music again. Well, we are hitting it one more time. Not at your expense, Scott, but we'll go 2 more times because of Scott. So here's the outro music that you were going to get anyway. And then Scott has just ordered one more round. So everybody thanks Scott on your way out the door. Kango's laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at. Probably me. Scott is clutch. Smitty, Harris, or Watkins on the waiver wire. I go Watkins myself. The offense is lit. Baker or Henderson worth holding on to again. I drop them depending on who you can get here, but guys at the top like Hines, I'd rather have Hines. Oh man, the questions just went crazy on me. Hines, Fab, 50%, sure. If it can help you win your league, it's worth it. Smitty, I dropped 122 with Saquon, Godwin, Moore, Ertz, and Chark, all disappointing. That's the way you do it, and that's an indication your team's really good. Chat now might be your only chance to buy low on Mike Thomas. Yes. Thank you, MT. MT is serving up knowledge. Chubb, Hunt, Taylor. And my buy low is coming this week. We'll probably do that tomorrow night. The buy low show. I've already done a lot of that already, but I'm going to pound that into the ground. So buy low, sell high, all that trade stuff's coming tomorrow night. This is the waiver wire show, and we're still doing buy low. Chubb, Hunt for Taylor. Chubb and Hunt for Taylor. I'd rather have Chubb and Hunt together, I think. But because Taylor, you don't know what you're getting yet either. It's kind of risky. Smitty, should I trade Chubb and Rager for Eckler or stick with Chubb? I go get Eckler. I feel like Eckler is a better risk to take right now. But Chubb could have a big game next week, like I told you. If the game's lopsided on Thursday night, it'd be because the ground game gets going. All right, here's the final outro music, unless another super chat comes rolling in. You can thank Scott for this one. Malcolm Brown or Adrian Peterson waiver wire pickup. Probably Malcolm Brown right now, but they're close. You could go either way. Smitty's advice is worth it for them. Thank you, Scott. COVID, come on, that's horrible. Smitty, you caught me. I put it on the screen without looking. Smitty, Dobbins or Hines. I'm gonna go Dobbins. I like Dobbins a lot, man. Malcolm Brown or Adrian Peterson. I'm gonna go again, Malcolm Brown, I think, but you can't go wrong there. Smitty and Scott. Target Odell Beckham Jr. or James Conner as a buy low. I don't know about that, man. I'm staying away from Odell and Conner right now. Thanks, bro. Eckler or Taylor rest of the year. I probably lean Eckler right now, but I'm telling you right now, I have some reservations about that because I think Taylor's going to be elite, but we don't know how elite, how fast. Actually, let me think about that for a second. It's my job to be honest, like deep down inside, and I have to say, Taylor, I'm changing my mind. And it doesn't mean that I don't still buy low on Eckler or I don't have hope, but I think the risk that enters into the equation, the risk that I think is present here, makes I think Taylor on the up, Eckler's flatlining with the potential to go down. We got another super chat just in the nick of time. So on my live, I'm trying to dig deep here. Jonathan Taylor over Eckler, but I try and get more because you probably can. I have to scroll all the way down now. I'm sorry if I missed your question, but I'm going to do one more speed round, starting with Rob. Kareem Hunt to the Chubb owner or hold. Depends what you can get, Rob. Can you tell me what your options are? and I will try and roll through it with you. Like, what does the Chubb owner have that you can get? Can you get a Chark? You probably can if he has Chark because he had a bad game. Odell, great buy low, very nice schedule moving forward. Says Big Timer. MT agrees, or MT's just saying fire. So Rob, Cream Hunt depends on what you can get. Post it below. Okay, unless there's a super chat, last round of music, and then the show is over. 197 still in the room. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. Don't worry about DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson doing good. Only helps him get less attention. I agree. Big Timer deserves a mod. Hey, Big Timer can be a mod. I definitely give Big Timer mod status. You want to be a mod, Big Timer? I'll do that before I leave. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. We'll do the music one more time. I'll pause this. Big Timer, you want to be a mod? Let's make Big Timer a mod. Maybe that'll get him to come around more. That's how I'm gonna manipulate him. I'm gonna manipulate Big Timer to get him to come around more. We need you, Big Timer. You changed your name again? Good. I'm glad to see you back. It's easier for me. Big Timer, add moderator. Big Timer is now a moderator. Congratulations, Big Timer. Everybody give Big Timer a round of applause. Where's the applause at? He's worked hard for it. This is what Big Timer's trained for his entire life. Hit the music one more time. And then, assuming there's no super chat that holds me up, we're off. Mark Ingram, my running back 2 behind Barkley. How screwed am I? Not that bad. Yeah, take a lap, Big Timer, for being a mod.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Try and get Hines, try and get Kelly, try and get somebody else to help support you. That's the wrong music. Okay, you guys got lucky. Now I'm hitting the outro one more time. Okay, this is it. Unless this is a super chat. No, twice. I never say things twice. Fournette or for Chark. I take Chark in a heartbeat, bro. Drake and JT, good enough running back duo. Yeah, it depends on your wide receivers, but I mean, I like that in general. Big Timer, a mod, attaboy. Doobie, you could be a mod too. I think you're pretty even keel. I do need more mods because I feel like we got a lot of spam in the comments that doesn't get deleted. So you guys have that control too. I think even on a non-live. 2 super chats. Look at these guys. They want the show to continue. Replacement for Kittle. Goddard off waiver, stash Kittle or dump him. You don't dump Kittle. Bro, you can't dump Kittle. You don't think like that. Don't talk that way. But yes, go get Goddard. Definitely, I think Goddard could be a good fill-in if you need a tight end. Or Hawkinson. Check Hawkinson. Eric, thank you for the super chat. Kittle's elite. Don't cut Kittle. We got to find out what's going on with Kittle, too. Unless news broke while I'm on the show that he's out or something. I don't think he is. Chubb owner has Lamar and Murray. Any chance he would move Murray for Hunt? He could. You might as well give it a try, Scott. I trust Brady more than most people, so I'm not one of these people that are knee-jerk reacting to Thomas Brady. We do have 2 more song plays based on those right there, so don't worry. Okay, speed round continued. I'm going fast. I'm double mod status. Oh, you're already a mod. Sorry, Doobie. Trade Tyler Boyd for Rick from the backroom casting couch. Sure. Smitty, let me be a mod, Dylan says. Dylan, keep proving yourself, and you could definitely get there. Do I trade away Taylor, Waller, and Hollywood Brown for Henry and Mark Andrews? Do I trade away Taylor, Waller, and Hollywood Brown for Henry and Mark Andrews? Taylor, Waller, Hollywood. I probably lean Henry and Andrews for right now. If Taylor was already at that status we think he can get to, I would rather have the Taylor side. But right now I can't stray away from Andrews and Henry. Does Christian Kirk have any value? I would probably drop him. I mean, he's going to go off. Like, he could have 110 yards next week and a touchdown. Everyone's going to pick him up. You're going to be mad at me. Got a bug. And then you're going to be mad at me, and then he's not going to do anything again, and then everyone's going to drop him. So could he go off? Sure. But definitely I'm not thinking he's going to be like a monster or anything. Hines, love Hines. Alex buying one more song, so we have 2 more outro songs to go. Thank you, Alex, for the super chat. Do you have confidence in Mixon as a flex guy? Yeah, I mean, as a flex, I start Mixon, but people drafted him as a running back 1 in the first round at 1.9 or 2.2 as their second drafted player, but really high and tight in the second round. That's where I hated him. As a flex, absolutely, I put Mixon out there, but I'd probably trade him high the moment you can, because you could get somebody that's like top 12 overall if people are believing in the dude. Okay, 2 more song plays here. We're gonna go all night. We might, Cameron. We might. Kyle wants a third song. He says, I was so mad that A.J. Brown didn't catch that TD. I was mad. I was more mad than you, Kyle. Thank you for the super chat. Road to 5,000. How many subscribers do we have on the YouTube channel right now? If you haven't subscribed yet and you're new, what are you doing? Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on shows. Hit notifications. What's our number at? Oh my God, you guys are going to keep me here all night. 4 songs. 4 songs. Rager or Ruggs? Better stash. Even Steven, man. I don't even know how to answer that question. I'd probably say Rager right now. A little bit better passing environment, I think. I think the Raiders are going to run. Give me Rager, but I think it's a tough one. Galladay or Hunt for Zeke. Galladay and Hunt for Zeke. I take Zeke in a heartbeat for that. Is Boston Scott hurt? I believe so. We're going to find out more tomorrow. Malcolm Brown on waiver wire or trade for Dobbins. I trade for Dobbins. I don't. It's kind of vague, so I'm not sure what you'd have to trade, but I definitely like Dobbins more. Thoughts on Russell Gage? Not much. Be right back. Okay, can't go. We might be here all night. Thoughts on Judy rest of season? I love Judy rest of season. Okay, so I thought we had 3 more plays, but we just got another super chat from Augie. So this will be 1 of 4. 1 of 4 to go. Mixon, I'm not complaining. Mixon and Metcalf for Eckler and A.J. Brown. Give me, that's close. Because A.J. Brown and Metcalf, I think you could argue, have similar value. And a lot of people might rather have Metcalf right now, coming off of week 1. But Mixon and Metcalf for Eckler and A.J. Brown. Probably Eckler and A.J. Brown, but that's really tough, Augie. Trust your gut, because I'm literally on the fence on that one. Like near on the fence, man. That's some tough stuff right there. Because there's a risk all around. So it's pretty close. Wipe your feet, people, says Scott. Please hit the thumbs up on your way in and out of the facility. That's all we ask. Keep it. Trade Connor. I'd trade Connor. Smitty, I have been in these lives since last year. If you could let me know when it well, let me put this on this. Oh, it is on the screen. I was trying to read it. Since last year, if you could let me know what it takes to be a mod, please. Thomas, I'm gonna let MT decide this. What do you think, MT? Do you see enough quality in Thomas to give Thomas mod status, MT? What do you think? I'm letting MT. MT's kind of like the leader of the mods. If MT signs off, if MT says he needs to see a little more out of you in camp, don't take offense to it. But I'm going to let MT field this because we need to make sure we've seen enough from somebody to know that we can trust them pushing buttons. And I think I can, Thomas. I remember you fairly well. Double A with the super chat. And Thomas, did you order a phone call? Was that you? Or was that another Sal? Sometimes I mix you guys up. Oh, my music. This is, I think, 1 of 4 left because Double A just dropped it. Diaper Pizza Fund donation signed the real Double A. Thank you, Double A. Double A's already contributing to the baby shower. Thank you, Double A. Give it to him, MT. MT, can I become a mod? Everyone's asking. Everyone's going at MT now. Smitty, is Corey Davis a must? No, not a must, but Dylan, no begging. Dylan, I'm here every live. I didn't say Dylan, no begging. Scott said that. I'm just reading it. Smitty, is Corey Davis. Yeah, buy low on Ingram. I believe buying low is good. I'm excited too. Yep, Big Timers are new mod. It wasn't me, but it is true that I've been here almost every stream since the beginning of last season. That's awesome, Thomas. I appreciate you. I'm just waiting for the sign off on by MT. MT sees more than I do. Like, believe it or not, like it's hard for me to remember everybody. And I know you, Sal. I've seen you all year this year, but I'm saying it's hard for me to remember every name and face, and so many of you have similar names on the waiver wires. I do remember you, Sal. Like, I remember calling you Sal. What does everyone think? Cool with it? I vote Double A and Scott Barkley as well. What does everyone think? Jordan with the super chat. Thank you, Jordan, for keeping me up late. Barkley, Diggs, and Snell for Christian McCaffrey, and I assume that's Hollywood Brown. If it's Malcolm Brown, that changes things. If it's Hollywood Brown, I take Christian McCaffrey. If it's John Brown, I probably still take Christian. I take Christian McCaffrey no matter what Brown that is, because I like McCaffrey enough that Diggs doesn't matter. I love Barkley, but McCaffrey you got to have it at the 1.1. I had Barkley going into the week one. I'm not saying I missed on that, but I mean, as of right now, I lean McCaffrey. Hollywood, then you should have already punched it. In fact, take a lap for even leaving that out there so he could withdraw it. You should have accepted it, then come and told us what you had done. But Jordan, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Congratulations on that trade. That's freaking phenomenal. MT said, what did MT say? Double A and Scott. Okay. Are Double A and Scott okay with being mods? Scott, you want to be a mod? Double A, you want to be a mod? Hollywood. Never mind. Dylan says, never mind, you're right, even though I'm here all the time. Dylan's here all the time. Don't worry, if you want to be a mod, like seriously, just keep posting, and we're gonna end up needing more. So I don't want to throw everybody in it. I don't want every viewer to be a mod. You know, like you have value not being a mod. So let's cap it right now. We're gonna put Scott. Scott wants to be a mod. And then who was the other one? Can't possibly trade. Yeah, you can't trade Chenault if your name is living the La Fisca Loca. You don't drop Odell, bro. Let's go 5,000 subs. Almost here. What are we at? One mod per week, guys. Promoting mods. Nolan says. Mod Wars. This is the Mod Wars show. Scott. I added Scott. Who's the other one? MT. How much does it pay? the mod job doesn't pay anything. Double A, does Double A want to be a mod? I'll give Double A mod status because he might be able to help out if there's anybody mouthing off. But Double A, if I anoint you as a mod right now, you cannot take this power and let it go to your head and start blocking the Walmart AA. You're not allowed to overstep on Walmart AA. You have to, that's a conflict of interest, and you must go to one of the other mods and have them handle it. I don't need that kind of nonsense going on. AA post, for some reason you're not showing up on the YouTube chat, and I'm trying to find your name to click on you. Oh, there you are. Never mind. Add as the mod. AA is now a mod. Is Salamod or not? What are we doing? Okay. I think we got like 2 more songs, I think. I don't know. He only got so much production. Okay, speed round. Let's go. Back to questions. We don't need this to be the mod show. Another super chat. Thanks, Scott. This is for Lou Molinati's. Thank you, Scott. It might go to diapers. Big Timer. It is good to see Big Timer back. What's our subscription count at? We're now at 4.99999. 5K. The 5K show is going to be fun. This might be the 5K show. If it's the 5K show, I guess I stay on live. It's already been 2 hours. Do I drop Sutton for missing the game tonight? Costing me the week? Maybe. Do we hit 5K? That's the goal, Mod Squad. Did we hit 5K on the show? Let's see. Let's check. 4991. If you are in here and you have not subscribed yet, you can make this show go to 5K live right now. We have 4991. We need 9 subs to get to 5,000. So if you're in here and you haven't subbed, sub, because you can be a part of history here. The show hitting 5K. Keep Hurst or Ingram. Probably Hurst, man. What should I trade Chubb for? I like going after Drake, who his owner might be questioning as well. Eckler, you can maybe get even more if you go after Eckler. Tyreek Hill, Mike Thomas, maybe Mike Evans and some. Thank you, Hickson. I appreciate it. Let's go 5K, says Kango. Drop Evan Ingram and pick up Kelly. Yeah, I probably do. In fact, I know I do. All right, let's refresh. How many subscribers do we have? Come on, hit it, guys. If you're new, subscribe. Let's get to 5K. We're not there yet, Cameron. Not there yet, but I appreciate it. Drop Evan Ingram and pick up Kelly. Yes. There's got to be a better waiver options than Kelly, though. Maybe Nyheim Hines. I love Nyheim Hines. Carson says 5K, let's go. Gronk, how many upside rest of season? Yeah, it's week 1. On it says 5K for me. It does say 5K, so yeah, I guess we hit it but it rounds up. I'm looking at the actual number, and it's still like a 5 away or something, but it does round up on that. But keep hitting it, or actually this could maybe not be refreshing on the back end, but showing on the front. The back end is not as accurate as the front end sometimes. I don't think he want 2 players from the same team for Barkley. 5 more. 5 official. I think it is rounding up. So 5 official more. Congrats. Thank you, Niners Life. Thank you for subscribing on my Instagram as well. For those that don't know, my Instagram channel was banned for no reason whatsoever, and I'm in contact with IG trying to get it back, and it's been pretty depressing because I've worked my butt off getting my Instagram from 0 to about 9,000 Instagram followers in like literally just over a year, in like 4 or 5 months. And I'm very active on IG. I'm one of the bigger fantasy football faces on IG already, and just off 8,000. Like, you see accounts out there with 30, 40, 25, not all of them, but some of them, they have like 40,000, 30,000, but they have the activity level that I have. Well, my account was brand new, so pretty much everybody was active, you know. It wasn't like I had a bunch of dormant accounts or people that dropped off and didn't, you know, subscribe, or bots or whatever. So my 9,000 following was equivalent to probably somebody that's been on IG for 4 years that has like 40. And so it was a really diehard group. So if you would be so kind, if you're on IG at all, to go to this, find me at Smitty1com on IG, which is basically easy to remember because my URL to get to this show is Smitty1.com right here. So Smitty1com on IG. and subscribe to me on IG, and we'll be able to continue our IG relationship, because I am very active on there. And it's a big downer, man. I've been really bummed for the last couple of days because, you know, losing something like that is devastating, especially when you didn't do anything. And I'm really hoping that we get it back, because I've worked really hard on that channel. And it's not going to stop me, but it's definitely a punch to the gut, man. Subscribe if you haven't to the show here. I'm refreshing. I don't know that I'm getting a live accurate update on that. It's probably caching it. So let me go into an app here that's going to be probably more accurate. We have, let me hit the music. We got like 2 more songs, I think. We got another there. We're close. I think we can say we're at 5K because it's showing as 5K on YouTube on the actual page. So I think we're at 5K. I think we hit it. I think that's delayed. Congratulations. We're at 5K, all of you. I appreciate all of you. We did it. We did it. We need party music. We need party music. Where's it at?
Huh?
That's not it. There we go. 5K. 5K. This is the last song I do. I think I have to. I think I have to go to bed. I gotta stay healthy for all of you, especially if I have COVID, because I've been coughing tonight. I will be back tomorrow to do buy low, sell high. We did a lot of that tonight, but we're gonna go over it in detail. Buy low, sell high. I don't know if I'm gonna do it live or in a video form. I know you guys love the super chat and live, as do I, the live show. So let me think about it. I might do a video tomorrow and a live show tomorrow. That way you get the best of both worlds. Mac with the super chat. Thank you, Mac. Mac says, do you think Michael Thomas and Jonathan Taylor outlooks are for the rest of the season? I think Michael Thomas will be fine, even if he's out for one more week. I don't know that that's the case, but I think Mac could be, or Mac, Mike Thomas could still be the number 2 wide receiver on the year. You know, he could catch up a week or two. If he misses 2 or 3 games, thank you, Cameron, then, you know, he may not finish as the number 1 wide receiver on the year if he misses like 3 games, 4 games. But per start, he's still going to be top 2, top 3, unless that ankle lingers. So it could. But I think Jonathan Taylor is on the rise. I think Mike Thomas comes back on a tear. And Taylor could end up being a running back 1 for you, Max. So don't trade him now. If you're going to trade him high. Right now he's gaining value. Don't trade him yet. Thank you, Kevin. We're at 5K. 5K. Congratulations to everybody. You guys are all part of the show reaching 5K. Happy 5K show. Happy 5K show. All right, one more song. This is the last one. Everyone who drafted James Conner in the 3rd and 4th, take a lap. I agree. Smitty has already been named dropped on ESPN. He's on his way. Yes, Matthew Berry did mention me on ESPN. He said my good buddy Smitty said that Kenyon Drake could be the next Dalvin Cook. And I don't know why I'm giving him a farm accent. But happy 5K, says Augie. Thank you, Augie. You helped me win 3 championships last year. I've always said you are the hardest working man in fantasy football. Thank you, Augie. Subscribe to me on Instagram if you could. This is my new IG handle until I get my old one back, if I even get my old one back. But at Smitty1com, that's like Smitty1.com. Dylan, remember us when you blow up. Bro, I'll never forget. This is how I roll with my show. And the crazy part, and thank you guys for the super chat. The crazy part is you guys have no clue. You know how I roll. You know how I roll. I try and deliver more content than anybody. I try and be as inactive. And I can't even talk anymore. I think I'm having a stroke. If I'm having a stroke, someone find a way to get a hold of Miss Smitty and have her call the police. Somebody super chat the police. Interactive as anybody in the industry, but what you're about to see once this show, the studio behind this wall. This is not my studio. If you're new, this is a plain wall. I'm humbling myself before I enter the studio, the new studio, which is behind this wall. Once the new studio is built, the content will be through the roof. The kind of content you're going to get is going to be different than this content. This is Mickey Mouse stuff right now. You're super chatting Mickey Mouse right now. This is Mickey Mouse playground fantasy content. Like, I'm literally making fun of my own show right now, because what's going to happen behind this wall, and no, I don't mean in that way, Noah. What's going to happen behind this wall is going to blow this stuff out of the water. Like, this is Mickey Mouse content compared to what we're going to drop in just 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to happen. And not only that, my favorite kind of content is getting you ready for the next year. And while I'm not going to, you guys know I'm hitting the content hard for 2020. But I'm going to start producing rookie content for 2021. I'm a dynasty-oriented person. SleeperU.com right here is a dynasty-geared site. It has tons of redraft content, but it's very dynasty-driven. And you guys are going to get boatloads of content here on the Fantasy Football Show on Smitty1.com that's dynasty-geared. So get ready. You feel bad for anybody that went up against Rodgers and A-Rod. Attaboy. Time for bed. Do you think A.J. Brown, Sutton, and DJ Moore make comebacks? I believe in A.J. Moore. A.J. Moore. I do need to go to bed. I believe in A.J. Brown. I don't even entertain the thought that he's busted or he won't deliver. Like, A.J. Brown will be okay. How many receivers like Tyreek Hill and Adams and all the top guys, how many games did those guys have what A.J. Brown just brought in week 1? But because A.J. Brown did it in week 1, everyone's assuming that isn't his bad game. A.J. Brown will be fine. Mike Evans will be fine. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we're at 4998 according to the YouTube. I think this is catching up. I think we're at 502. 5002, 5002. But that's exciting. Hitting 5K tonight with you guys. Thank you for being a part of the show. Should I drop Henderson for James Robinson? Yeah, I take James Robinson. MT says, AA, I had to put some respect on the original AA. It's Walmart AA and AA. 10K by Christmas, says Leo. Leo, I hope you're right. If we hit 10K by Christmas, dude, watch out for us in 2021, because it's going to get crazy. And I'm not going to forget where I came from, okay? Because you guys are the show. Like, stop with that. Like, remember us. We are the show. And I'm going to do the interactive stuff. And I'm telling you, what I have in store for you, you're going to be excited. It's going to be limitless what we're going to do content-wise. So, all right, I appreciate you. Going to bed. I'm signing off. Thank you all. 5K. We did it. 5K. We did it in a year and, 7 months. A year and 7 months. We got the 5K. How do you feel about my bench, Gibson, Monty, Crowder? I can't stop. I just keep answering. Yeah, I mean, I like Gibson. I think Gibson could be really good. Monty, you might want to trade high. Talk to you all later. Subscribe on your way out. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out. Give this show a thumbs up. And on top of that, if you didn't get your question answered tonight, I have a way that I pretty much guarantee you will get an answer from me. And it's when I hit end and this video, posts on YouTube on my channel as my most recent video. All this is available in the live chat, but the comments start out at 0, a big whopping 0. I reply to pretty much every comment I get until it gets like weeks and weeks down the road on a video. But if you comment like right away, especially, but anytime in the next day, you're going to get an answer from me. Like, it's a guarantee pretty much. So ask me and I'll respond. It also helps my engagement, so YouTube wants to deliver it to more people because there's like 50 comments on a video. They're like, dude, this video is dope. We got to get it out there. So comments are important to me. That's why, I want to help you. Don't get me wrong. But there's a driving force also behind helping you, and that's making the engagement, making the videos engageable. So if that's a word, I'm out of here. Later.